Welcome back to Advance Wars 2 Reboot Camp. Last time, we sunk Lash's battleship. I can't believe I went through that whole mission without making that joke once. And we also unlocked the lab map, Danger Times 9, often considered the hardest lab mission in the game. But we'll cover that later since it doesn't really help that much in Drake's Dilemma, and it doesn't help at all in Sea Fortress, which is where we're going next. A mysterious fortress has emerged from the sea. The Green Earth Air Force is assembled to crush it. And finally, this is when we really fight Hawk. 8 mini cannons, huh? Well, that worked out so well for you back in Showstopper. Actually, it kinda did. Perhaps you have not failed me this time.
Commander!
Yes.
This may be wrong in challenge mode.
How predictable. Deploy our troops immediately.
Yes, sir!
That song is still amazing, and you're gonna hear the Green Earth theme again at the start of this mission. And yeah, you do have naval units this time.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry, but you can't just say, oh no, just as a sole voice line and not make me think of Knuckles.
Sir.
Oh, huh, that's actually kind of cool. Okay, haven't seen this Green Earth portrait before. So yeah, the whole thing with, if you're fighting Eagle, build a whole bunch of anti-air, Hawk took that to heart.
Commander!
Come on, sir.
Oh, that was totally, Cassandra Lee Morris. Yeah, this really does show that Eagle cares for the troops under his command. It's probably another thing they, did take into account the criticisms of the first game's story. But before I talk about Eagle, oh wow, his theme is so good, I miss this song so much. I have to mention, this map is completely different on challenge mode. It's vertical rather than horizontal, and they also give you a few sea units this time. They give you some battleships and some cruisers. The battleships are mainly to take out any anti-air defenses from a distance, because, yeah, here's the really strange thing about this mission. They actually, on challenge mode, give the enemy some Neo-tanks. You don't need to worry about them at all, because the Neo-tanks can only shoot your battlecopters, and they can't really do a good job of it. So, you're basically charging into this giant fortress with a lot of fighters, bombers, but the enemy has a ton of missiles and anti-air. The main idea here is to go in, get your power, and then ram in, destroy the anti-air, then retreat out of range of the missiles and other anti-air. The cannons, you've kind of got plenty of time to destroy the cannons, and in fact, on challenge mode, the cannons don't actually do a good job of covering each other. You can kind of fly around them to the sides and not have to worry about getting hit that much. But yeah, we've got 2 fighters to deal with, we've got a lot of battlecopters, which are really only a threat to our own battlecopters. These artillery are only a threat to our ships, and not a big one at that. And we do have some cruisers to watch out for, so you'll need to be ready to bomb those. But, let's talk about Black Hole Rising's iteration of Eagle. Now, his general abilities have not changed. He still gets plus 15 to firepower and a pretty nice plus 10 to defense on all air units, and also lowered fuel costs per day. Naval units, minus 30 to firepower is the point where you start really feeling it. So battleships are, yeah, they're gonna suck at taking out enemy-like missiles that are on cities, and even Eagle's cruisers, they may not do a good job of killing the air units that you need them to. However, Eagle generally never needs to worry about naval units after this one mission again. The main areas where Eagle has changed is his CO powers. It's conceptually similar. He still has a very long power meter to get the double move, but his lightning drive now just powers up air units. It does give them a pretty solid plus 20 to defense for a total of 30. which can make them pretty resilient against anti-air fire occasionally. It's more for defending your fighters against enemy fighters, really, since anti-air will usually still kill you. And plus 15 to firepower, putting you up to a total of plus 30, which isn't huge, but it's still kind of nice. And then, for the full meter, you get Lightning Strike. Everything can move again aside from infantry, and air units get powered up. So Lightning Strike does not lower Eagle's firepower and defense in Black Hole Rising, but it does take longer to charge up now. It was called Lightning Strike in the original GBA Advance Wars 1. They changed it to Lightning Drive for the sake of, consistency with, like, the normal powers. So the thing with this mission, the thing with Eagle is, I was kind of hoping they would actually import his status from Dual Strike into this, where basically he got a cheaper Lightning Drive that weakened his units, but still let them move again. And then if he wanted to go all the way, he could get a non-weakening double move with Lightning Strike. That was pretty overpowered, admittedly, but it was also very fun, and it added a lot of depth to using Eagle. In Advance Wars 2, though, Lightning Drive is pretty awful. You generally don't want to use this unless you really, really need the extra firepower and defense. So as long as our fighters stay out of range of his fighters, which seem to be, like, right past those reefs, we should be good. I've already said that I love what they did with Eagle's theme in the remake, but it's even more important to me because when I first played Black Hole Rising, just from looking at the manual and seeing that Eagle was an air specialist, I already knew that he was going to be, like, my favorite character. I was looking forward so much to actually fighting against... I was looking forward so much to being able to use him. And so now in this mission, you finally did. Yeah, it did bother me a lot that you got to Green Earth last, but yeah. So yeah, we finally got there, and his theme hit me for the first time, and it was kind of meh. Like, it just was not what I expected to hear from such a, well, a character I knew was going to be really cool, even though I hadn't really seen him yet. But of course, now... Holy crap, look at all these bombers. The thing is, though, there is a reason they give you this many bombers, and that's because Hawk will be hitting with Black Wave and Black Storm. There's a very good chance that your bombers will not be at full health by the time they reach the fortress. That's kind of by design. But okay then, I need to make sure, like, now, Eagle's copters are a little bit more defensive than most. But sometimes you may want to let them get damage on purpose just to charge up Lightning Strike faster, because you definitely need Lightning Strike here. Lightning Drive, usually not that useful. I don't know, it can be sometimes, but yeah, usually Lightning Strike is what you want to go for. Kind of got some formations going with these air units here, even though there aren't really any, like, real formations in this game. But since we haven't fought Hawk in a while, I'll just give a refresher. Hawk gets a 10% firepower bonus on everything with no drawbacks, but he does have very slow charging powers. However, if he does get his powers, they do 2 HP of damage to all your units and heal him by 2 HP on all of his units. And that alone is very, very dangerous. And here's the thing about Hawk. It's something that I might have mentioned last time we fought him, but that was a while ago. The campaign mode kind of artificially inflates Hawk's power charge, because it always gives him a lot of very expensive pre-deployed units. And that means that by destroying these units, you charge his power meter very quickly, because the defender gets the full meter charge from units they lose. And we're going to be killing probably 2 of Hawk's fighters very soon and a lot of his battlecopters. Though his battlecopters aren't really a huge threat, they're only a threat to your own battlecopters. Really the main goal of this mission is to escort the bombers. Once the bombers get on those mini cannons, this battle is basically won. You just need to make sure that you can take out the air defenses, and really the main thing that takes out the air defenses is the bombers. But, of course, we do need to get rid of these 2 fighters, but we thankfully have 4 fighters of our own, and Eagle's great in fighter-to-fighter matchups. Just gotta watch out for those cannons. It's fine. Cannons aren't really gonna be much of a threat just yet. I can probably afford to circle all the way around with my fighters. Because of his higher defense, he doesn't really take much damage in return. Yeah, see, I'm still at 9. However, that one hit on that fighter has already, yeah, given Hawk that much charge. I have a cruiser here. Thing you need to be careful about regarding cruisers is that they do tend to die to copters, which is really stupid. They shouldn't be able to... They really shouldn't die to copters, but that's just how things work. It's ironic that a map like this, we are using a kind of a weak naval commander, is one of the few maps where we're really getting to see the anti-air effectiveness of cruisers, and I still feel like this is like the one animation that I feel like was kind of lame in Reboot Camp. But, okay then, yeah, I've got another fighter. Yeah, I do want to make sure that this does mean that I can't hit any of his copters with my fighters, but I do want to make sure that I completely eliminate both fighters, because otherwise my bomber's going to have a really hard time. Okay, I have Lightning Drive now. Not going to go for it, obviously, because Strike is a bajillion times better. That is the thing, like I was saying when I was going over Eagle, I do really like, again, even though he is quite overpowered there, I do really like the way that Eagle works in Dual Strike. Because it makes him, like, not only quite versatile, but also, it adds just a lot of tactical choice to playing as Eagle, because it means you got to decide whether you go for the cheap Lightning Drive, for a cheap double move that also weakens your army, or save up for the version that doesn't weaken your army, but takes much longer to charge. Eagle doesn't actually lose defense from Lightning Drive in Dual Strike, which is another thing. I feel like he really should have. He might have been a bit more balanced if he did lose defense from it, like he did in the first game. But still, Eagle's very, very powerful in Dual Strike. He did also lose his defense bonus on aircraft, which is a little unfortunate because that was a big part of his identity here. He instead gained 20% firepower to air units, but no extra defense. But still, yeah, I'm going over a different game here. But basically, I like Eagle in every single Advance Wars game that he's in. It's kind of funny, Eagle's sort of replacements in Days of Ruin, it was sort of more, I think it's just called Tasha in the American version. I know her as Zadia in my version, which I guess I kind of like better. But yeah, she had this weird thing, like, her power was that she gave, like, +2 movement to all the air units, as well as, like, a firepower boost. Oh, by the way, yeah, he has Black Storms. We're all losing 2 HP this turn, whether we like it or not. Which is a little bit of a shame, but what can you do? It's the way that chips fall. You may have to join some of your units here, because sometimes having a full health bomber for that guaranteed one-shot on mini cannons is worth losing, like, 2 full bombers to join them into one full health bomber. But yeah, she got, like, +2 movement on air units, which some people found not actually that useful, because for the most part, extra movement on air units is kind of overkill. Air units already have all the mobility they really need. That's kind of why I actually really like the way that Eagle works in terms of his playstyle. The whole double move thing is very, it's just very evocative of the way that air units should work. Yeah, and then this part of the theme with this guitar solo definitely didn't play out like that in the original version of the song. In the original, it all went like, well, to use my own lyrics, yes, I had lyrics for Eagle too, but it was bow now, Eagle, bow now, bow now. Yeah, as always, my lyrics for Eagle were a bit...
I must commend you.
Were a bit silly. I also kind of had vague lyrics for Hawk, but,
Black Storm.
they were just, ha, 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 Hawk, and that was all. Yeah, sometimes on this map, you can actually hold back a little bit, to... Yeah, if I hadn't killed those fighters, they would have come back with 6 HP this turn, would have been a big threat to my bombers. But I'm kind of glad those things got distracted attacking my cruisers, honestly. I'd much rather that than my battlecopters, which... I mean, the battlecopters aren't great because they suck against anti-air, but they can kill missiles, and they can do some damage to cannons. Oh, okay. Well, those subs are only a threat to my battleships, which aren't really going to be useful here anyway, that much. Yeah, here's the thing. My bombers can't actually one-shot that. I'm trying to think whether or not I actually do go for the lightning strike this turn. It's probably not worth it. Because, yeah, right now, the only thing my fighters are really good for right now is, yeah, we do have the lightning strike ready. However, okay, this is actually kind of insane. I can actually hit this from the side without getting in range of a cannon, because Hawk has laid out his Sea Fortress defenses really badly. I still don't even get why he has those artillery there. Oh yeah, he also has the 10% defense from his power, so they are taking even less damage than usual. But no, I do think I would rather save up for using Lightning Strike another turn. The thing I'm most worried about with subs is that they get trapped, is that they end up trapping my air units. See, as long as my bombers don't go in range of any cannons. There is another cruiser up there. It's not in range, though. There's a missile there, but it's also not in range. Yeah, you've got to be really careful where you check ranges, and also, you do kind of want to bunch up your bombers on this map, because you sort of want to go in, like, all in on one, or, like, have all of your bombers concentrate fire on one side of the map at the same time, and maybe with a bunch of copters as well. Okay, so this is what my air formation is looking like now. Okay, I put the cruiser in range, but... Oh, hey, the AI loaded a unit inside of a cruiser. That's unexpected, but it does mean that you both end up dying if I take you down. Not that I'm really too concerned about power on this map. Yeah, like, this map is not that hard to beat. The main thing is technique, because if you're not careful, you can just rush in a whole lot of bombers and end up just getting them all to die. Okay, I can't see those subs. That's kind of a problem. But okay, then, I will be using Lightning Strike. Now the thing to know about Lightning Strike is you won't actually get the boost to firepower until the second, until the second move. So my first Lightning Strike attack is not going to result in any of these mini cannons being one-shotted. However, I can go up here and bomb this missile, knowing that I'll be able to pull you out of range when I use Lightning Strike. Yeah, we're about to see something really fun. In fact, yeah, I do think I want to bomb this anti-air. Because, like, the AI in, oh yeah, that cannon's gonna die next turn regardless, so maybe I should focus on the anti-air instead. No, actually, no, maybe I should, no, I'll go for the cannon first. Well, yep, that was bound to happen sooner or later. And my cruiser around there died, but, okay, at least this bomber is gonna be able to lightning strike into a better position. And now, is this, no, not a one-shot, okay. And yeah, there's really not much reason not to use your fighters against the copters. Once the copters are down, the fighters are really only good for being cannon lures. And they're not great at it because the cannon will obviously shoot at a bomber over a fighter. Now that all of his copters are down, this one fighter's just going to hang back and do nothing, really. And yeah, don't attack his Neo-Tanks. They are a trap. They are only a threat to your battlecopters, and so really the only thing that attacking his Neo-Tanks does is just charge his path. Yeah, well, that's probably fine. I can get a hit on this anti-air, though. And then I may be able to finish you with a copter during lightning drive. Strike. Yeah, made that mistake. And there's another missile up there. Are those the only two missiles he has, though? Just be aware that these anti-air can cover over a much larger area of ground than you might think, except for the fact that they're all stuck there and can't really do anything. And there's no reason to put your bombers there. Okay, that's weird. But yeah, okay, no, he does have these two more missiles, so gotta remember that. But if we use lightning strike hit and run tactics, again, don't do that. That's a trap. Don't attack his Neo-Tanks. I suppose the furthest back battlecopter can take out this thing. Actually, yeah, both my cruisers died, which means that both my battleships are likely to die, but I guess before they go, I can kind of show off the fact that Eagle can move and shoot with his indirects in the same turn with Lightning Strike. And now I can get even more, yeah, the idea is the battlecopters kind of deal chip damage to the cannons, and then the bombers finish them off. The bombers would one-shot them normally, but I think the bombers actually do one-shot them if I do this.
The eagle soars above.
I was hoping you'd use that quote. Let's go!
Lightning strike.
Okay, that background does look really cool with Eagle, I will say. Even though I was kind of knocking the flat color background before, that actually does look really cool. And that last bomber just bling. So here I actually do have to be a little careful, because if I'm not, then I can potentially leave things in range of missiles, which is bad. But okay then, yeah, because there's an anti-air there, there's an anti-air there, so this bomber kind of has to... I suppose these anti-air are there to stop you from, like, pulling backwards and hitting these cannons from behind. But now, I remember that your air units also have increased defense during this, so now is also probably a decent time to bomb some anti-air. Missile is there, that's fine. I can kill that missile, but if I do, then I lose a copter for it, and it's probably not worth it. I will likely need to do some joins later. Yeah, he's almost with super again. That's dead. Oh, really? 8 HP bombers are one off of one-shotting mini-cannons during Lightning Strike. That is an extreme pain. But that does take out that mini-cannon. And again, I've got to be a little careful of, like, anti-air and missile ranges. Yeah, except that little beach there is totally safe from everything, I think. So I can definitely afford to just go boom. Okay, yep, that's the entire front half of the fortress down. And I mean, I could do that if I wanted to, but if I get 2, like, bombers on it later, that might be better. You know, I could actually surround this with copters. No, actually, no better. I will surround this battleship with fighters, because they're not really of any use to me anymore. Actually, I could do this, and then the bomber could hit the anti-air. So that's 1 missile down. Yep, this city is not in range, so I can safely bomb that. So now I have a bomber around this side. Got another bomber around here too. I mean, there's a cruiser up there, but it's only 2 HP. Although it is going to be up to 4 HP soon. Yeah, you do have to kind of remember that Hawk effectively is going to have 2 more HP on his units than it looks. Ah, crap. I knew I was going to do that with something. Now, his Neo-Tanks might try and take a few shots at my battlecopters. Oh, I've got a bomber all the way back here that I haven't used yet. Like, if anything, it's objectively better to sacrifice the fighters to the missiles than the copters, but because the fighters can't really do much for the rest of this map, but still, I want to try and keep them alive if I can. Okay, now I'm getting Blackstormed again, which means that a lot of my army is going to go down to 6 HP. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't even have Blackstorm. Okay, interesting. Which means is he going to use Black Wave? I think it does depend on how many units he has that are damaged. Okay, a couple of bombers got hit by that, and that was dumb. Right, yeah, whoops. And yeah, the problem is that a lot of my battleships are probably gonna die Oh, now he has Black Storm. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. Normally, in the GBA version, if he got Black Storm in the middle of his turn, he would always use it. Because there's really no reason, like, not to, but I think in this version, yeah, the AI prefers to wait until it can get some... Farewell. Oh, no, he is doing it, okay. Interesting. Right.
Black Storm.
So Hawk does use his power at the end of his turn if he gets it in the middle of a turn, which is kind of interesting because Eagle as an enemy also uses his power at the end of the turn as an AI. But yeah, I am probably not getting a second Lightning Strike. And yet, okay, so these missiles cover each other's ranges a little bit, so I need to be careful not to... yeah, I can't risk not one-shotting. So I'm going to actually go for the cruiser. Oh, yeah, yeah, barely. But I think I can probably get rid of that with a copter later. Because I can kind of easily dart around the range of the cannons at this point. I've got 3 bombers up here. I can join that one. I wonder if this actually kills you. Does it? It does, nice. 1 HP copter proving useful. However, I probably need to block off that Neo tank, otherwise I will lose the 1 HP copter. Yeah, I was saying that I don't like to attack the Neo tanks, but he has just used his power, but you know what, okay, and I'm going to do this. So that gives me a full HP bomber. There's a cruiser up there, however, the cruiser has gone into a very bad place. Because, yeah. However, the anti-air will be able to kill something if I do that. However, I could block it off with the fighter, which is kind of silly, but, it is basically the only use I have for these fighters right now. There are no enemy air units left. So, okay, and then if I go here, I don't know if this kills, it might. It did, okay, good. So that's no more cruiser. And the fighter can't even get shot by the missile if I do this. Because missiles are very much a thing that the developers probably didn't think through all that well. This will get repaired up anyway, but I guess I can do that. It's going to give me a little more power charge. Okay, I'm looking a little bit unhealthy in the bomber department on this side, though. I can get a 9 HP bomber if I do that. Which I may want to do, I think. I think I will do that. I might actually want to join some of my copters, too. Yeah, I think I am going to do some joins just to get some full health units. Which I'll probably need. And these 3 fighters are blocking off that battleship, and then this battleship basically just dies. Okay, I've only lost 3 so far. Now, hopefully there isn't much he can do this turn. Oh, that thing just got shot. Okay, apart from killing this battleship. But yeah, Hawk is definitely that, that sort of, you know, worthy opponent kind of guy. But yeah, this is the point in the game where you've got pretty far, and now you're dealing with the big leagues. Hawk's theme as well, I think, did a great job of giving off that vibe. I still like Hawk's theme in the remake, even though a lot of people don't. It's actually kind of funny, I'm sort of, letting my battleship get hit by these Neo tanks just because it's charging my power meter a little. But okay then, with the fact that this bomber right now is at full health, I can one-shot mini cannons with it. The issue is I basically need to pincer strike those missiles. Once the missiles are gone, I think I can... Okay, I think I can destroy one of them. This is sort of the main puzzle left, because once I get rid of both of these missiles, I'm pretty much unopposed for the rest of this map. Okay. This is a weird thought. But as much as I said, oh yeah, Lightning Drive is not that useful, well, here's the thing. It might actually be possible for me to... Because, okay, if I hit that, I need to also kill this missile. And I'm probably going to need to go bomber, battlecopter on that missile. And, oh, this is such a weird thing, but I actually think this might help me.
Speed is the lifeblood of battle.
I normally like to wait for another lightning strike and go for a big double move, but, you see my logic here. My logic is that I may be able to secure some crucial kills this turn if I do this. Because now, this 9 HP bomber does a lot more to this missile. Doesn't quite destroy it, but of course it's also possible that Hawk will get, like, Black Wave. Because, yeah, definitely need to kill this. That's down to 1 HP, and now, with this copter, does mean something dies to an anti-air, but I think with that, and both bombers, this missile should mostly die. You know what? I'm so sorry, fighter, but unless the missile gets really lucky, yeah, the copter will probably still die, but, basically that thing has to choose between attacking the fighter or... It can't hit any of my bombers, is the main point. This missile will be able to hit one of my bombers. Does he have Black Wave? He doesn't even have Black Wave, okay. And plus, I have this one copter that... it's not just gonna throw itself away like that. Can circumvent the cannon's range by doing that, though. I can make a start on this cannon as well. And let's get myself another 10 HP Battlecopter. And yeah, right now we've just got the Guardians of the Battleship continuing to fly menacingly around it in the air and somehow prevent submarines from approaching it. Don't ask why that works, but it does. Although actually, if that missile... Nope, it's going for the bomber. I mean, it's smart of you to go for the full health bomber. I'll give you that, but this is probably dead. Yeah, it's dead. Even with my defense bonus. If it could have gone for my... Like, I don't know if it could have gone for my, fighter, then that could have freed up the anti-air to hit a bomber, but... Kind of wonder about that. But okay, then. Yeah, it could have hit the fighter, so I'm not really sure why it didn't, but I won't question the questionable decisions of the AI. Okay, if I do this, I'm basically sacrificing the battleship now, though. And I have lost a decent number of units, so I should probably instead go... Okay, firstly, this missile absolutely needs to die, but probably better off doing it with the copter, because that way I save the bombers for the cannons. And now oh, that thing still has full health. It's like, I kind of need to... Although if the bomber hits this from above... Don't need to risk it to the... Actually, no, that means if I kill this cannon, then the anti-air can hit the bomber, though. That one's undamaged. Yeah, I can't win this turn, I don't think. At least I don't think I can win this turn. Okay, I can at least take out that one. See, I think my plan is now... no, don't do that. That'll just give him his power. Yeah, I don't think that anti-air is even a threat to me, really. As long as I don't run right into its range. And I think at this point I will... Obviously, let's not put the battleship in range of an artillery, but... If I continue this formation, I should be able to keep the battleship protected from the subs. And I'll put this copter down here because I think I will need it to finish off that cannon. Okay, so... Oh, that one's got full health. Because I can definitely kill off that cannon. Okay, that sub dove, like, right here. So it may be possible that he could reach the battleship, but okay then. This bomber can only reach that cannon. Unfortunately, like, if that thing wasn't in the way, I could bomb that, but I don't even know if I can I mean, it's entirely okay. Let me just think. Right, so firstly, this cannon is down. Secondly, that only has 2 life, which means 1 HP Battlecopter actually did something! Okay, now, the plan is that I need to kill off that anti-air, and then if I hit that thing from, like, above and below, I think I might actually be able to do this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Come on, we can do this, 4 HP, right. But I think, like, 1 hit from that plus, a copter should be enough, so I think I can safely afford to use 2 bombers on this. So 2 bombers gets rid of the anti-air, and now this just barely doesn't one-shot. However, once more, 1 HP Battlecopter to the rescue! That just kind of goes to show the whole, you know, no troops left behind thing Eagle was doing at the start of this mission, that he really does care for his soldiers. Even these Battlecopters that have been reduced down to just 1 member. 2 cannons taken out by 1 HP Battlecopters.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm just guessing that the crew of all of those anti-airs just jumped into the sea and swam away right now.
Thank you.
And thank you, Cassandra Lee Morris voiced soldier. My headcanon is she was one of the pilots of the 1 HP Battlecopters.
Yes, sir.
That's actually pretty true.
Victory is my destiny.
That line would be really cheesy under other circumstances, but here I'll give it a pass because it's Eagle and he's amazing. Yeah, if you can't tell, Eagle is like my favorite character in this series, and I love this mission because of it. This is a weird mission that is probably easier on challenge mode than it is on normal. Because those anti-air that can't really do anything if you don't get in their range are just kind of just sitting there. But anyway, yes, this is all about just taking out those missiles. I'm actually glad that I got to actually use Lightning Drive decently in that one. And with that over, I will see you all next time for Drake's first mission, and it's aptly named Drake's Dilemma because it can be quite an issue. See you all then.